Okay. New week. Same. Oh god, that sun is just blaring through that hole. God damn it. And the cat's broke it. There's not really a whole I can do about that. So sorry about the sun. Can't really do much about it right now. So it's week 7. The Jags are 1-5. Their second straight London game, second year in a row they've done that. I mean, this week you're playing probably the worst team in the league. I mean, other than yourselves, so it should be a win. But obviously, the Patriots probably realistically could say the same about the Jags right now. So what can you really say? You know, I expect a close game. I expect a good game in the sense that it will be a close game. I would doubt it's going to be a good game, but in terms of actually watching it, but you know, crazier things have happened. I woke up a while ago, but I'm just tired. Next week we return to 1 o'clock. I don't know if I'll do a live react. It's going to depend. I'll probably be golfing, so probably won't be a live react next week's games. So plus I think that the schedule just gets brutal after this, so. And here we go. Patriots get ball first. Oh, last week we heard Andre Sisco talk about how people on defense quit, which is not something you want to hear, but you do appreciate the honesty. So we'll see what happens. I would probably agree with him on to some extent. I don't know if they quit per se. I think that's a bit harsh, but maybe not giving full effort. Now, maybe if you call that quitting, you know, it's kind of hard to argue, but nonetheless. Oh shit, I'm in the wrong thing. Forgot to change everything. That's a good play by Trayvon there. Oops, can't spell. There we go. Right down the fin. I think that's actually a good play by Drake there. Just nobody's open. He had a little opening, but it was a good play by Trayvon there. Not a bad play call. He was gonna do something else, and I don't remember what it was. Interesting. Yeah, probably not good. So a game like this against a team with just a god-awful offensive line, if the Jags front four can't get pressure in this game, they got serious problems. But at this point, there needs to be massive changes. I mean, I don't know. You can't ask for a better matchup in terms of offensive line. They're just not good. So if you can't. Jesus Christ. That should have been caught. I mean, there is no reason not to catch that pass. Jesus Christ, dude. This defense is so bad. Like, it is so unbelievably bad. I mean, they're so bad. That's great that Campbell's back, but I don't know if that's a huge up. I mean, it's an upgrade, but I don't like. The problem is this team is not communicating well. That's pretty clear to me, and they're just so bad. I mean, this is not. I mean, they looked decent against Houston last week with Drake May at quarterback, but this is not an offense that should be going right down your throat. But that's going to be a legal shift, probably. So, yeah. I don't remember what the results of play actually was. Yeah. Yeah, he thought I saw a legal shift there, so I'm not too surprised. It's like the risk. So motion offenses obviously are huge in the NFL now, and they should be. But the risk is sometimes you see a lot more illegal shifts now because people aren't getting set in time, or people are going to motion when somebody isn't quite set yet. That should not be as good of a play as that was, but this team just can't get out of their own way. So it's not a bad play. Fantasy gods, can you please stop smiting me this year? Holy shit. like it's unbelievable. I'm not gonna go into it, but holy shit, dude. The incredible amount of bad luck that I have in fantasy football is surreal. It's unreal. It's. I thought last year I had bad luck. This year has it's been so bad that I'm considering giving up fantasy football. Like, it's that bad. And like, I try to be reasonable. Like, bad stuff comes around. Sometimes you get bad. Sometimes you get good. Blah blah blah. But what can you do better? What I really try to live my life when it comes to bad luck with okay, what can you do better to not allow that to happen? But I don't even know anymore. like the you watch, and you might be like, well, it's Antonio Gibson, you shouldn't be relying on him. And I agree with you, but I'm only relying on him because of all the bad luck I had previous to this. Like, just for example, I'm going into the week with one wide receiver, basically, because two of them are on bye, one's hurt, and, well, two are hurt, And I forgot to start the one, but he got no targets anyway, so he had 0 points. So even if I would have started him, it wouldn't have mattered. He played on Thursday, as Cortland said. So. Like, it's... So, to all the people who's fans of DJ Moores and the CD Lambs and Puka Nakuas and I'm like, I apologize for giving them the Zunk Funk. God, dude. Houston's not as good of a defense as you just claimed, by the way, but whatever. But man, my eyes started to today. Anyway, enough about... It's raining there. Enough about fantasy football. My season is basically over at this point, so... My God, guys, what are you doing? My hope, and I realized it's just, what they call hopium, was that we would come into this game maybe with a little bit more fire. Like, you know what? We're embarrassed by the way we're playing. Let's have some pride in our defense. It's the same defense I've seen all year. There's a sack. That's good. That was a sack by Lloyd, but the pressure, that was a good design play, a good blitz design. One of the rare this year, it feels like. But there was a nice little twist. It was actually a both linebacker blitz. It's risky, but it was a really nice play design there, and one of the rare times this year we can say that. But we don't. It doesn't seem like we blitz a lot. I wish we blitz a little bit more. There's another blitz. We blitz, so I'm okay. That's second on the mile. Giving up 3 yards 4 yards is fine. All right, the movable object versus the stoppable force. Who's gonna win? I guess he got 6 yards. That didn't feel like 6 yards, but whatever. Either way, it's 3rd and long. Like, this should be a scenario where you should be able to get a stop against a rookie QB making the second start. We know how that goes. I don't like this blitz. Fucking hell. You know what's a great idea for a play design? Let's have your pat on 3rd and long against the rookie QB. Let's send 2 DBs, but more importantly, have your best pass rusher drop back in coverage. You do that on 1st down. I get it, you're trying to confuse them. There wasn't a lot of confusion there because Josh Allen didn't cover him well, which you don't expect because he's a fucking defensive lineman. I get some defensive linemen are really good at doing that, and I understand that, and I know you can probably show me clips of Aiden Hutchinson and T.J. Watt and stuff like that, but to me, on 3rd and long, against a bad offensive line, the idea of dropping your best pass rusher in the coverage seems pretty fucking stupid. But that's just me. I'm gonna try and block the sun out. That's better, but that's not great. No, that really didn't do jack shit, did it? That ain't gonna work. Well, we're gonna have to deal with some sun. It is what it is. Because I didn't. I mean, we lose this game. There's no way Doug Pearson makes it back to America, right? In a non-literal sense, obviously. I mean, there's no way he makes it back to America as the Jaguars head coach. There's just no way. It was a bad. They made him pay by blitzing. Yes, they did. I don't fully disagree with that notion. But on that same token, we set a well-designed blitz the previous play, which got us, or two plays prior. And then on third down, we run a bad one. Again, I don't understand why you're sending your best pass rusher on 3rd and 10 into coverage. That is stupid. You know, Trevor Lawrence gets a lot of shit, and again, you signed the contract you did, you're going to get it, deservedly or not. But I don't think he's played badly. I think he's played fairly wise before. Is Tank Bigsby hurt? I understand Trevor. I don't know. I haven't looked at the inactive, so I don't know if ETN's out. But Jesus Christ, we hate Tank Bigsby in this team. DeForest Johnson just got the start. He should not be getting started over Tank Bigsby. Anyway, what I'll say about Trevor is I don't think, looking back in the last 3 games, especially pretty much since the debacle in Buffalo, I don't think he's played bad. He has been let down by his offensive line. He does take a lot of sacks. He's missed some throws. I'm not arguing that. Oh, nice. That was a good play. Evan Ingram's been a nice, since he came back last week, it's been great. Except for the fumble. You know, the key fumble, but what else is new? But last week, our wide receivers dropped 4 touchdown passes. And that's not an exaggeration. They all 4 would have been touchdowns. Like, catch 2 of those and we win the game. Or we don't win the game, but we're in the game. Maybe the game's different. So I think Lawrence gets a lot of crap, rightfully so, but he's not been playing bad the last 3 weeks. The team around him is just that ass. Again, I'm not saying he's been playing a top 10 quarterback level. He's not, but because he still misses throws. I'm going to grab a drink. I'll be right back. And that's why I like Bigsby over ETN right now. ETN there probably dances a little bit and doesn't hit that whole hard and probably gains a yard, maybe 2. ETN does it, he gets 4. Is that great? No. Do I like the play calling? Not really. Again, thanks Bigsby's not the guy you want to call tosses and outside runs necessarily with. He's got more speeding than we give him credit for, but That was a weird toss though, because it was an inside toss. It was kind of a bizarre call, but anyway. I fucking hate this team, dude. What is that? What the fuck is that call, man? Like, you can't sit there and say that was Trevor checking them. That's the fucking main route. My assumption was that they thought that would gain a few yards and where they're going to go for on fourth down. But fucking hell, man. This team is fucking ass, man. I don't even know, man. Holy shit, man. I need to go use some eye drops in a minute. Alright, well, the first drive was a abstract disaster for the Jags defense. Let's see how drive 2 will go. Yeah, he nearly caused a fumble there. Lloyd's still playing hard. We blitzed a lot on that first drive. Oh, we're offside. I can't believe they have draw. They have. See, See, the referee, the officials there really fucked that up because that should have been that play should not have happened. I mean, he definitely jumped. Like, it was obvious, and you don't let unabandon the quarterback. He had free reign at that QB and hit him hard. To me, that was a mistake. That should have been. But more self-inflicted wounds because that's what we do. Fucking hell, man. Someone get a fucking tackle. There's a missed tackle. There's a real... He went after the ball, but that still was a pretty poor attempt at tackle. Fuck, man. This team, when they need to play, not only do they beat themselves, but when they need to play, they just... Okay, and Antonio Gibson's back in. That makes me feel better. But when they need to play on third down, they're so bad. It's like they just... Nah. Like, just an FYI, New England's already 4 for 4 on third down. Refs, where are you at there? You got a couple of whistle. This team is... Can we just get rid of the entire coaching staff? I mean, I know that's probably unprecedented, but can we just get rid of offense and defense both, the entire, just start a new in-season? Fuck, you're gonna lose them all. You're gonna lose every game at this point anyway. You might as well just get someone in now. And look, I'm not trying to take away from Drake May, because maybe he's a good quarterback, played decent last week. This isn't me being like, but realistically, I think I can safely say this. The Jacksonville Jaguars are the worst team in the league, and I'm not sure it's close. I mean, they're not the worst situation. I think that's still the Browns, but... God, this team is fucked, man. It's not gonna matter who's in there. This team can't do anything right. What is this team, dude? Who missed that tackle? I mean, Cisco, I guess his angle wasn't great, but Hunter Henry is just destroying us. Because why wouldn't he destroy us? But did we go offside again? Gee, fucking Christ, dude. Man, I'm frustrated. Switch over to lunch. another missed tackle, although that wasn't as bad. Good job, Ventrell. One of the few bright spots. I missed that fusion. Sorry, look at posting an update and then like saw a new car that I bought many years ago that I don't have anymore, and it's like I actually like that car a lot. But all right, 3rd and 7. We have not stopped a third down all game. God, we need this. Please, anything positive. Okay. It was a drop pass. Drake May's taking it was a bit hard, but the guy was open. They had it, and it was probably a touchdown. Honestly, if it was executed, there was pressure by the defensive line there, which is good. Armstead just destroys the guard. I guess I wouldn't put that on that wide receiver. That was kind of a bad throw, but if that's a good throw, I think that might be a touchdown. Come on, let's do more swings and bad play calling. Come on, Press Taylor. You're having such a good game as it is. You know, I saw, I don't remember where it was, but someone said, like, is this the worst Jaguar defense of all time? And there's been some bad ones. And arguably, yeah. No, yeah. This is a really dumb graphic. It is hilarious that we sent New England over to England. I mean, it's just it's funny, but it's a good play. That was a nice play. I like that play design. Jesus Christ, dude. That play did not seem like everyone knew what was going on. It was weird. There was something wrong with that play. I can't describe it other than it was bizarre. Didn't seem right. Jesus Christ, dude. This team can't get out of their own way. Oh, great. Another commercial. Yay. Come on. Come up here. It's a great catch by Kirk. That was not the best throw, but that was a great catch. Although I think Trevor had to kind of throw that a little bit high because of the up front defender, but yeah, it's just yeah. The Ernest Johnson. I for some reason get confused with his name DeForest to Ernest, and not entirely sure why. ETN is out. I mean, I figured he was out by the fact that I didn't see him play yet. That's a good play by Bigsby. Good job, Biggs. Didn't like how you had the ball there, but what was that? So what I think Trevor did there was just threw it at his helmet to avoid the. Okay, the Ernest was going out, so that was probably where he was actually trying to go. But that's not the worst result. We are an awful red zone team, so I don't expect a touchdown, but. Oh, why? Why would you ever run a play action down inside the 10? Because it's very, it just works too well typically. But also, why would you ever be under center and just do a normal handoff? We just go. I actually agree with the philosophy of spreading a defense out at the goal line as best as you can. I understand. Hey, we call a touchdown pass. I understand that philosophy. I'm going to continue the bitch. Yes, that's a touchdown. Great play, but easy pitch and catch. But the play calling sometimes in the red zone just is awful. Great. Good job. Good job. Yep. Just wide open. Hey, he almost dropped that. He wanted to drop it, but hey, we scored. God, he did almost drop that. Well, that's an improvement from last week where we had just straight drops of 4 passes for touchdowns. This week, almost dropped, and it was caught for the touchdown. Okay. Just such bad tackling and pursuit. That was a good defensive play. Never mind, we're going to get called. Because of course we're going to get called. I see what they call, but I hate that call. But he grabbed. I get it. I don't know. I think that should be. I mean, that was before the pass was thrown, though, so that should really be a holding. But whatever. Who's number 6? Oh, it's starting to Savage. Interesting. Did we bench Antonio Johnson? I feel like we bench Antonio Johnson, which I'm not. I'm not opposed of. I have to look that up in a minute. Or maybe he's hurt. It might be hurt. I don't know. Whoa! That was not a good play. Or just. That was a disastrous play for the Patriots there. But 3rd and 15, we need something here. I don't mind the format. See, this is why you rush your best pass rusher. Now this should, in theory, yeah, it was. See, that's why on that 3rd and 10 I was so mad about. Why would you stop? Why would you not rush your best pass rusher on 3rd and long? To me, that's stupid. Yeah, I have not seen Antonio Johnson in this game, so I don't know if we're not. He is active, I think. Again, I'm not saying I'm opposed to it. Parker Washington's the guy I thought would have a bit of a step up the year this year, but he really hasn't. All right, we have an opportunity here. We survived a just disastrous first quarter. Now we have an opportunity to tie or take a lead in the game, and let's see how this goes, shall we? So looking up. So you're gonna hear the. You're gonna hear the some typing and stuff, so I do apologize for that, but I don't care about that, Jam. I'll come back to that. Yes, I know. I literally just signed it. Maybe he is starting. I've seen. I was gonna. Oh yeah. So someone just put Tony Johnson odd man. Yeah, he should be. He had not played well. Looks like Savage is starting at safety, which we probably as for nickel, but I don't disagree with the decision at all. Okay. So Cam Robinson's out. That's... I think at times it's hard to say Cam Robinson has played well this year. But that's not great, though. But technically he didn't get to start, Tank Bigsby didn't. They just said he's getting the lion's share of the work, which is true, but he did not technically get to start because on the first play, for reasons unbeknownst to me, they started DeForest Johnson, or Ernest Johnson. I keep fucking that up. And I don't know. Maybe there's something in practice with Tank, but it's just weird because he's been the best back of the three right this season, in my opinion. What a catch by Thomas! What a throw, too. I will say this. I gotta give credit where credit's due. I give Doug and obviously... I give Doug and Press Taylor especially a lot of shit. I have seen more play action the last few weeks, which is rare for... It was rare for the Jags. But that's why you do play action. Unbelievable catch. That was a great catch. Don't like that play, but Evan Ingram made it into something. I just don't like the tight end wide receiver bubble screens like that with this team because we just don't run them well typically. I don't know what the guy was saying to him, but Brian Thomas has actually been a great receiver. He's been a hell of a draft pick. I can't say a whole lot. I mean, he had some drops last week, which is not great, but ooh, Tanker. Nice, good job, Tank. Again, I just think Tank hits the holes harder than Etienne does, and I think that's why he's so rarely. Etienne has so many negative plays where, like earlier in the drive, we saw like a 3-yard run from Tank. I think a play like that with Etienne, yes, he might be able to bust. Maybe Etienne scores on this play. That's potential, but he's also going to lose 2 or 3 on a play that Tank gets 2 or 3 additional yards, and that does make a big difference. Oh, that was a man run right there. He just ran right over the guy. I do like Tank. See, that's what kills me about this team is I look at this team and I'm like, there is a lot of talent. There's a lot of skill talent on this team. and they just aren't well coached. I think we can say defensively we need a lot more talent. The defense is just not good, but now it's the dreaded angle from the one, which might be the worst area of the field of the Jacksonville Jaguars offense in the last 2 years. And what do we see? We're in shotgun. Me scored, but I would like to see there. Okay, we scored, touchdown. I am happy, but a good team can stop that, and it's why we struggle on the goal-to-goal situation, especially from the one. We go shotgun. That was real close to the goal line, and you want to feed Bigsby? Yeah, from the center. Do it from the center. But we scored, so that's what matters. And just like that, I mean, we went from looking like we were going to get blown out once again to having a lead. So the Jags did respond. And I got to give credit where credit's due. This quarter has gone substantially better than the first. Again, though, I think Bigsby's played well, but I'm going to say it again. I don't think Trevor Lawrence has played bad recently. I actually think he's played as a top half QB in the last 3 weeks. I genuinely believe, yes, he's missed some throws, but he hasn't turned the ball over much this year. That's something that nobody's talked about. That was coming into the season. Everyone talked about how, man, he turns the ball over way too much. He's got 3 picks and no fumbles this year. Fumbles lost. That's really good. This is game 7. Like, when are you going to give credit where credit's due there? But I don't think Trevor is the significant problem. He has issues. He misses throws from time to time. He has accuracy problem. I'm not saying that. But if you've watched these games, there is a genuine aspect that Trevor is not the problem. And I think he's played fairly well. Where would I put him? I don't know. I don't have an answer to that, but I think he's played well. And when your quarterback plays well, at some point things will start clicking. Played well lately, and the first 3 games he played like shit. I'm just gonna call it as I see it. It was not good. But yeah, I mean, this game looked like it was gonna be a runaway for the Patriots, and really just like that, it's 14-10. I think that also shows, to some extent, how bad the Patriots really are, but now you got life. Let's get a stop. That's a good start. First down, 1-yard run. I don't have a lot of thoughts on why the Patriots' offense is bogged down. I think some of it's probably some bad play calling and just missed opportunities. But it does seem like they're not taking advantage of the middle of the field like they were in the first quarter. That's, I think, going to be a problem. This is not... That ended up being better than I thought it was going to be. Because I thought the Jags did a pretty good job there of reading and reacting to that screen. So I'm okay with that ultimately. That was a good play by number 2. I think that's Demario Douglas for making a decent gain out of that. Because I thought the Jags did a good job of stopping that. You call that play not to get 4 yards, I'll tell you that. So we're in man here. We're looking like we're sending a blitz. I think we're going to back out of it. Oh, man, that is a bad false start. The worst part about that false start, you definitely gave away what play you were running. That was going to be a rub route where the wide receiver on that side was going to come in, and Hunter Henry was going to go do a little out route, trying to confuse the defenders, and it was going to be a quick throw. And it was probably going to be a first down, but unfortunately, he just got a little ahead of himself. Well, fortunately for the Jags. But it's 3rd and 10 again, so Okay, this has been a quick game so far, minus the commercials, which don't make it long. But this has been it's been a lot of long drives in this game. There's been no 3 and outs, I don't think. And yeah, it's been if you like offense, I think this is the game. Oh, there was a 3 and out. I forgot the Patriots went 3 and out. But I mean, we've had some sustained drives. We have a lot of scoring drives. Yeah, I mean, the first 2 drives for the Patriots were were basically 6.5 minutes and 11 and 12 plays each, so 6.5 each. And then the Jags, although their touchdown drives weren't as long, they were still 8 play and a 6 play and a ton of yards. So, but at halftime, I'm gonna go over all the stats and stuff and kind of talk about my overall thoughts so far. So, okay, I mean, after that first quarter, you told me right now we go to 2-minute warning with the Jags up. I would have called you. I would have said you are wrong. Oops. Okay, so okay, here we go. Big play here. I mean, from the no shit department. But this is 3rd and long, and after a 4-for-4 start, we've stopped the last 2 third downs, and we really need to get a 3rd down here. That's a great play by Cisco. Because Polk was wide open. That was great recovery by Cisco there, and great job knocking the ball out of Polk's hand, which they talked about earlier. Polk has just dropped a shit ton of passes this year. That's going to go down as a drop, probably. He probably should have called in the NFL, but that's just a great play by Cisco. I mean, realistically, not a whole lot you can do there. It's just a good play. Wow, don't catch that. Okay, catch it and go. Holy shit. He's gone. Holy shit. That's a 96 yards. Like, I'm pissed at him for catching that because it was at like the 4-yard line. Like, you don't catch inside the 10 typically. You definitely don't catch inside the 5. But that is a case of out-kicking your coverage. You kick it too far, and especially you kick it high and dry. I mean, it wasn't the biggest hang time. That's a great. Oh man, that, damn, 95 yards, I think. 96 yards. I'm not a huge fan of what he did at the end of that, but whatever. I don't ultimately care, but that's a great punt return. I think if you have the opportunity to go for 2, yeah, I think if you get a penalty, you go for 2. I know some people probably wouldn't agree with that. I don't think 10 and 11 is a huge difference. There is a 2-point conversion difference, so I guess there's a bit, but... And really, 12 doesn't... 12 makes it a 2-touchdown game effectively. Not quite, without the extra points, obviously. So, I'm cool. I'm always cool if you get a penalty, going for 2. You just go for 2. Because now it's at like the 1.5, 2-yard line, so... So I think typically it's the 2-point conversions at the 3, I think, typically. Oh, it's at the 1. It starts at the 2. I think it might be college. Yeah, you're at the 1-yard line, basically. Yeah, you go for this. I don't like that Tank's now on the field. I feel like it's going to fade to Davis. I don't think he got it. I don't think he got it. I don't think he controlled the ball there. I mean, if he caught that, that's a hell of a catch. I'll say that. That's real close. Okay, maybe live. I didn't think he caught that. That was a impressive play by Thomas there. Great throw too. Man, this game turned, man. This game turned crazy. I mean, that first quarter, I did not feel good. Obviously, I was not happy, but this second quarter, I mean, I don't know what was said. I don't know what the team's doing differently in terms of the coaching staff, but this team just they got the fire under them, and you're seeing how this is the team I thought we were going to see this year. Maybe not quite this good, but wow. 97-yard punt return. Yeah, that punt return was me going, oh no, oh yeah! I don't like what the Patriots did there. That's kind of like, oh, we'll just throw a little run in, and we're not really gonna play for the first. I mean, they're doing a little hurry up, but I don't like that play call. That feels a real. I think you need your team. You need a spark right now, and that just was not. It seems like they're content with just. I don't know. I feel like the Patriots aren't doing. This is not. Drake May's not played bad, so I don't understand I don't like the splits. Man. Bad throw there. 2 is not DeMar Knuckles. I don't know who 2 was. I said 2 earlier. There was a play by number 2. I was like, oh, that's a great on the screen. It was not DeMar Douglas, so I have no idea who 2 is on the Patriots. Yeah, see, this is. I don't. This 2-minute offense by the Patriots is confusing. I mean, I don't know. The weird decision. I mean, it's 3rd and 14, so we gotta get stopped, but. I'm okay with that. Because there's zero chance going for it? This is interesting. Now, that makes the first 2 plays, it makes the first play especially really interesting to me, that you decide to do a really bad run play that goes nowhere, but you get to a 4th and 3 in your own territory. Yes, I agree with the notion that you need a spark. I've said that before, but I don't understand. There's been weird decision-making on this drive for the Patriots. I understand going for it here if you feel like you absolutely have to have something. I mean, you could in theory be going to try and make them offside, but I don't think that's the case here. I think this is going to be a genuine play. No, nope, that is what they were doing. Okay, fair enough. I thought they were going to go for it. It didn't make a lot of sense to do that, especially after Jacksonville called a timeout. I do understand from the aspect of, hey, the Jags have jumped offside 3 times in this game, 3 times on one drive, for the record. So maybe you try again, but I don't know. That was just that was a really weird sequence of events that the Patriots just did, because you ran on first down, you wasted a bunch of time for no reason, you lost 4 yards. Then on second down, you throw a pass that goes incomplete. If I'm a Patriots fan, and I'm not, I would be very annoyed by that sequence of events. Get the fuck away from that ball. That was a good punt. If you're the Jags here, you just, I think you just take a knee. You don't even take any chances. There's something humorous to me, knowing many Browns fans, that the Joe Thomas is wearing a Ravens. It's not the Baltimore Ravens, but still wearing a Ravens hat. That's just ironically funny to me. I think this is going to be a draw play. So I disagree with the run here. 100% disagree with the pass here. I don't like what the Jags are doing here. I think you have a 12-point lead. You only have one timeout. You got pinned deep. Just take the knee. There's no need to risk having the... Like, now that play makes less than 0 sense what the Jags did, because you risked an interception and a fumble for 6 yards. If you're not going to... What are you doing? Like, what were you expecting or hoping for a... Just a stupid... Little things like that bother me, because you are introducing so much negativity there. Because if that's incomplete's really, really bad there too, because the Patriots have 2 timeouts. And if that's incomplete, then they can call timeout, get the ball back, and potentially get a field goal out of that, and there's 0 reason for it. That was just really, really bizarre to me, and I really don't like what the Jaguars did there. I think there's way too much negative there to justify what the play they ran. But nonetheless, I am going to mute the mic. I'm going to go to the bathroom, and I'll be right back with my thoughts on... All right, I am back. So let's get the stats going here. It is halftime here with the Jacksonville Jaguars up by 12, 22-10, getting a 2-point conversion after the last touchdown, scoring 3 touchdowns in the second quarter, which one was a punt return touchdown. What a difference a quarter can make for this team, because let's talk first quarter real quick. That was just an absolute nightmare of a first quarter. That was real bad. That looked like Doug Peterson's getting fired on the way home. First quarter, because it was bad. Both sides of the ball. I mean, the Jags only had one possession, which is problematic. The Patriots offense looked great. They went 4 for 4 on third downs. The defense didn't seem like they gave a rat's ass. And then on offense, we only had the 5-play drive, and for some reason or another, we threw the weirdest swing pass on third down ever. Wasn't weird, but just my only thought again was that we did it because we thought it'd gain a couple yards and we were going to go for it on fourth down, and that definitely wasn't the case. I'll say that. We end up losing a yard even. But the second quarter was a complete shift in game management, and I guess this is what you expect with bad teams, because after just a poor first quarter, the Jags ended up with 181 yards overall, and they had 25 in the first. They had 156 yards in the second half or something like that. 82 and 68 is 150 plus the 6 yards at the weird final end of half possession for reasons unknown to me. We didn't take a knee, but the Jags rushing offense has been, but yeah. So that second quarter, and then the punt return touchdown just felt like that was a haymaker. 97-yard punt return touchdown by Parker Washington. 96-yard. I guess it was 96. I don't know. I've seen 96 and I've seen 97. Right now, ESPN has it listed as 96. A 96-yard punt return touchdown by Parker Washington, and it was untouched. It was almost untouched. The punter almost tripped him up. I mean, it wasn't almost, but he had an opportunity. But it was an out kick your coverage situation. Parker Washington just, and then afterward on the PAT, New England jumped offside, and the Jags had to go but for 2, and that was a good decision because they got it. And now they scored 22 unanswered, and they're up 22-10 after being down 10-0 early in the second quarter. So Trevor Lawrence has played, honestly, I think pretty phenomenally. He's 9 for 10 for 131 yards and a TD. Again, I said it earlier today, and I've said it for a little while now. I've genuinely thought he's played pretty well in the last few weeks, and he has continued that run. Last week, talked about how they dropped 4 touchdown passes, and a couple of those earlier ones could have really turned that game around against the Bears, but nonetheless. So it's nice to see the Jags only have had 2 third downs in this game, weirdly, as well. They're 1 for 2. The Patriots are 4 for 8 after starting 4 for 4. They have since gone 0 for 4, including some longer ones, so that's good. The Patriots end up with 136 total yards, most of that in the first quarter. In the second quarter, they've had the end of the first. They had 25 yards at the end of at the beginning of the second quarter, and then they went 3 and out, getting 12 yards weirdly because of a penalty. And then they went 3 and out again. They went 3 and out 3 different times in the third quarter, as their offense has just collapsed upon itself, which is nice. And the Jags defense has actually played pretty well in the second quarter after playing like ass in the first. So Patriots still, because of the first 2 drives by themselves, still have a heavy time possession advantage with 18 minutes and 4 seconds to 11:56. But again, the second quarter was a completely different beast. That doesn't tell the story. No turnovers in this game, and the Jags I think the most important stat maybe of all in this game is the Jags are 2 for 2 for touchdowns in the red zone. This team has been awful in the red zone the last 2 years, basically. So it is nice to see this team be able to score touchdowns in the red zone, even if I don't like the fact they like to go shotgun. I like the idea of spreading out. I don't necessarily like going shotgun on every play inside the 5. That's not, or inside the 10. It's not my thing. Brian Thomas had a big 60-plus yard catch in this game, along with a touchdown and the 2-point conversion attempt. Brian Thomas making his presence known, and Tank Bigsby is averaging 4.9 yards per carry with a touchdown in this game on only 8 carries for 39 yards. Again, we've only had, it's kind of impressive, we've only had 20 plays in this game, so that tells you it's been a weird game, but compared to 31 for the Patriots. So, but nonetheless, the Jags are having an absolutely outstanding 9 yards per play. This game in the second quarter feels like what I think this team could have been this year, or at least something in this ballpark. There's been no reason this team, talent-wise, should be a 1-5 worst team in the NFL type of team. And I said in the first quarter, after the disastrous first quarter, I said, this is just a bad football team. I said worst team in the league, because I think coming into this, I would still have given it to the Patriots. I didn't think the Patriots were overly good, but I was wrong on that. And well, I wasn't wrong, but at that point, but the Jags seemed to wake up in the second quarter, and Lions and Vikings today. I didn't realize they played today. That's gonna be a really good game. Justin Jefferson also likes playing the Lions. That's insane stat. But yeah, going into the second half again, the Jags get the ball they get the ball to start the second half, and I'd really like to see a score of some kind here, and I think a touchdown. Not gonna sit here because the Jags are way too bad for me to be like, an 18-point lead is a win, but really help nail this game down with a touchdown. But even just keeping the momentum going with a field goal, I think would be really, really nice. But the Jags do have a bad habit of starting the halves off atrociously, so we will see what we can do. But right now, it was a great second quarter. A tale of 2 quarters is all I can say. It's been pretty crazy. Been really crazy, but nonetheless. So it's still halftime. I think we're getting close to returning to the game here, which is nice. Talking defensively, I'll tell you what, our linebackers, I think Ventrell Miller and Devin Lloyd, I think are a really good combination. Ventrell Miller's played well, and this game, I think Devin Lloyd's also played pretty well. I have noticed this. They have called a far more aggressive game plan in this game, and understandably so because it's against a rookie making the second start. In the first half, it went poorly, and in the second half, it seems to have gone a little bit better. And we still only have 1 sack in the game, but we've gotten some pressure. Unfortunately, our line has not gotten a sack, but we've come close a few different times. I don't have the pressure data here, but I know I've seen Trayvon and Josh and Armstead. They have created some havoc in this game, but a lot of things I've said about this team is that, man, we can get pressure sometimes, although not really this year, but it seems like when we get the pressure, we just can't really get home and get the sack or cause a bad play. But nonetheless, so far the Jags we're up by 2 scores. And we get the ball, so positives. Still, no turnovers forced, which I think this team has 1 all year, if I'm not mistaken. On defense, I know there was a special teams turnover, so technically 2, but that's not entirely accurate. You know what I mean? But yeah, so far. But nonetheless. Alright, looks like we're getting ready to... Alright, let's turn this sound back on for myself. I'm trying to keep the sound as low as possible so you guys can't really hear the game because of, you know, legal reasons, but, you know, there's copyright bullshit, but... Okay, we are started the game. Oh, I muted on both. That's weird. Okay. Second quarter. Yeah, still not really a fan of what Parker did at the end of that, but whatever. Nonetheless, I'm not going to dwell on that too much. But here we go. We get ball. So again, I'd like to see a good drive here coming out of the half. This is a good start. That's a good start. I like the start. Get Evan Ingram involved, and he's gotten 4 catches already today after having a monstrous 10-catch, 100-yard performance last week. But one crucial fumble when the game was still, I think it was an 11-point game when that fumble happened. That really kind of turned the game on its end, where the game became out of reach for the Jags. But I mean, it wasn't just him, but that was just a crucial point in the game. But nonetheless, we got first down. There was a knee issue there. I thought maybe there was that he was down potentially beforehand. Tank. I didn't like that call. I'm not sure. Excuse me. There's a bit too much going on there, but if he did catch that, it was also not a great throw by Trevor. If he catches that, I would like to see a replay. I don't think we're going to get one. But that was a bizarre... If he catches that, there was guys in front of him to get ready to block, so that could have been a pretty solid play, but nonetheless. That's a great play. Oh, the Ernest with the run! Although I'd like to see him put... One of the things I hate that makes me nervous, I need to turn my light on because the sun's finally gotten out of the way, is when you're running down the middle of the field especially, you have to be aware of behind you, and you have to secure that ball well because defenders are going to come from behind and try to strip you. And you saw it there, and they do, and a lot of times they do strip. Not a great run play. Good job basically, more or less not losing much, if losing a yard it looks like. Not a good run play there. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but even if we get to 2 and 5, the schedule is hard as fuck, and there's just not enough here to still show me that this is going to be the team to make a run right now. All right, here we go. Second down and a little... I was going to say, that looked That looked like almost identical to what the Jags got called on earlier in the game. Like, he got turned around. I mean, it's only 5 yards, but it's a first down. Instead of 3rd and long, 1st and 10. Whoo! That was real close to being deflected. If it was deflected, then it wouldn't have been a penalty. Let me run. Oh, Bigsby. Like they put that second arm. That is a great run by Bigsby. Again, just a few yards, but the hole was initially close. He has a pretty good ability of doing that little bounce out. Again, he's not the speed guy. That's ETN, but he is more shifty than you think. But he doesn't rely on it, and that's the difference. The hole is there. He's hitting the hole, and I think sometimes with ETN you don't always see that. But we don't utilize ETN properly either, so it's not all on ETN. Yes, that was certainly a camera angle on the play clock. That one didn't work out. But again, though, he got 2-3 yards. I think with ETN, that's a loss. That's a no gain or a loss. And just getting 2 or 3 yards on a run play that's not really going to go anywhere still keeps your offense going a bit. 2nd and 7 is a lot better. 2nd and 11, 2nd and 12. That's why I think right now, I think Bigsby's been the better back. And this game is showing that. Without ETN in there, this offense has, in the second quarter and now here in the third, has been humming along pretty well. First quarter, we only had one drive. But even Johnson, but the offensive line, you gotta give it, the offensive line has been playing good in this game. And weirdly, since Cam Robinson left the game. That could just be a coincidence, and it probably is, but it's been a better. They've been running the ball really well. But now we're got to the danger zone inside the 5, well, close to the inside the 5. I thought we were inside the 5, but we're inside the 10-yard line, and this is where you need to cash in touchdowns. And so far in this game, Jags have been a lot better at that. We're 2 for 2, and I would expect probably another run here. A play action I think would be beautiful, but I don't think we're gonna get play action here. We did get play action. I'm okay with that. That was good defense by the Patriots. They read that well. I thought a play action would be again. I agree with the call. I said I like a play action here, but you gotta give it to the Patriots defense. This is just a good defense, good read. Even if he catches that, he's not gonna be in bounds. So it's what it is. So. Now you're in a weird spot because now you're in 2nd and 7, 2nd and goal at the 7, So run here is probably the right option because you've been running the ball well. I wish he would kept that outside. I think he had more of an opportunity there, but now don't hate it. We got to the 3, so now you're in an interesting spot. You're in 3rd and goal inside the 5. I would like to see a touchdown here on 3rd down. Yeah, he did slip there. That is true. He did slip. Definitely don't expect a run here. Nope. He didn't get in. That's a great throw. Christian Kirk's got to get his foot down there. That's a good throw. No, it didn't. He almost caught it with the left foot down, and that would be like the $1,000,000 question. So we are going for the field goal here. Okay. Well, maybe you could say, yeah. The announcer just said that Lawrence didn't. If you throw more toward the pile, that's probably a touchdown. But nonetheless, he's probably right. I would probably agree with him on that. Looking back on it now, but we kick a field goal. I'm the type of guy. I think at 4th and goal inside the 5, you probably should go for it every time, get the touchdown. But nonetheless, this team's really bad in the red zone, so I'm not gonna hate on it too much. It does make it a 15-point game. Let's go. And we did what I wanted. We got a score. I'm gonna turn the light on. We got a score going into the going out of the half on the first drive of the second half. So, yay. Okay. And I think this is... All right, here we go. I would love to see a turnover here for our defense. You know, the new kickoff rules, I knew it when they did it, but they needed to make the touchback, what they did there with the kickoff into the end zone, the 35, not the 30. I think at that point, the 35, you have to try and make it where you gotta disincentivize. I think the 30 wasn't enough. I think the 35, you start like, oh, hey, yeah. In today's NFL, that's like 20 yards before you're basically in field goal range. Or pretty damn close, 25 yards. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it feels like the Patriots really went away from what worked in that first quarter. defense, the middle of the field against the Jags, man, is not good. It's not good in the past. That is the first down for the Patriots in a while. Good D. That type of play is so, that ball goes up in the air. You never know. Oh, Trayvon, you gotta get there, Trayvon. Damn it. See, that's what I was talking about. We get the pressure and we don't get home. Gotta get home there. But third down. Oh, man, that was so close. Tyson Campbell should have had a pick. And that might have been a pick six, potentially. It probably wasn't a pick six, but it's actually a good play by... Oh, that's KJ Osborne. That's a good play by Osborne to rip the ball away. And I mean, it was a bit of a drop, too, per se, but... But the defense gets a lot to feel early. It wasn't a 3-and-out, but it was pretty close. Ooh, that was real. He got close. It's a good fair catch there. Because I think if he lets that drop, the Jags are starting real deep in their own zone. Okay, get the ball. Okay, here we go. Jags ball at 9-yard line. So I would expect a bit of a conservative approach here in this drive. So we'll run early. I wouldn't be surprised to see a run here either. It's weird because earlier in the game, before that touchdown, I even said something like, "I really thought Parker Washington would step up this year, and he really hasn't." And then he actually gets a touchdown, so happy for him. Okay. I wasn't expecting a pass here. Oh man, what a throw! That was a good throw. That throw got thrown. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of Patriots, but that was a great throw. And another first down. Brian Thomas Jr. I am a big fan of Brian Thomas. That was a bad run play. Okay. Don't hate that play, but don't mind it. Good play. Got some positive yards. It was actually a well-designed bubble screen for a wide receiver, which is rare for Jacksonville. We do run him too much, although I haven't seen him as much this season as I had last year, which seemed like it always ended up in disaster, just bad. But manageable third down, which is what we want after a loss on the first down. So this is only our fourth third down of the game, which is just absolute wild to me. Gotta hurry. Snap that ball. Oh my god, we ran in. Okay, that was first down, but I'm not happy to see that play ran twice in a row. That's the type of play calling I don't like from this team. I don't like when we run bubble screen. That could have been stopped, and I think good teams would have. But we made it work. And that's what's important. I get the ball into your hands of Brian Thomas. I'm all for that, but I just don't like the idea that we did that twice in a row. Brian Thomas having a game so far, man. 5 for 89 and a TD and a 2-point conversion on top of that. Man, we're just giving him the ball all the time. You gotta turn on field, man. Yeah, that wasn't the best play. Fucking hell. 3 of the last 4 plays have been some sort of screen. I don't like that. That's the stuff that we've been passing the ball well downfield. We don't need to try and do this. I'm annoyed by that. Oh. That's this type of stuff I want to see Trevor do more. That was great. That was great. Again, this is the team that... This type of team is what I expected to see this year. And there was no reason this can't be almost every week. As bad as they've been... I mean, in fairness, Walker Little just completely whiffed on that block. But it was a great play by Trevor there to realize he can get the first down. That's really bad. 15's got to pay attention there because it was pretty odd. He looked and then looked back to see if anyone was there, and that look back allowed Trevor to get the first down. Bigsby! Yeah! $13 for 66. Another one of those weird toss inside runs that I don't know if I'm an overly big fan of overall, but they're working, so I'm not going to say too much. Another big run, man. The dude's a beast, man. Ha ha! The only thing that Jags up is on every throw. It's a big. This is. Oh man. I'm just happy to see the Jags not be ass for a week. I mean, we were ass for a quarter, but another good run. Again, 4 or 5 yards. Now you let the clock run out. You don't call another play. You just let go to the end of the quarter. Hell yeah. Well, I have thoughts on the offensive line, but I am going to save that because I'm going to go to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. I am back from the bathroom. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so they talked about the offensive line. The offensive line gets a lot of crap. And early in season, I would 100% agree with you. But another thing, what I've seen is that they lost Cam Robinson, which isn't great, but I don't think is as big of a loss as people make it out to be. Because I don't think he's with the Jags next year anyway. But the offensive line has been healthy all year, which is important. And I don't think they've been playing that bad either. I just think our defense has been so bad this year that I think the progress the offense has been in the last couple games, pretty much since after the Buffalo game. Because I would say the offense has played decent to good each of the last, including this game, each of the last 4 games. I would genuinely say that. Today is their second best performance. The Colts game was their best performance. This is pretty close to the Colts game. So there has been progress. But the problem is defense has been so bad, it's been so hard to see. And I'm guilty of that too. But I'm willing to admit that. But here we go. Fourth quarter. I expect a run here. That felt like a run possession. But yeah, so we're in field goal position right now, but I would love to see a touchdown here. Nine rushing plays on this drive. This is a 12-play drive. It's taken over 8 minutes already. Now, I'm convinced this isn't going to be a run. I don't think it will be. It is a run. First down. Tanker. Tank. Yeah. Man, it's been a while since I've been able to be happy during a game. Yeah, they are finding that crack all day long. Let me tell you what. Oh, man. That's crazy. Five drives since their first drive. They had 25 yards in the first quarter. They're only driving the first quarter since they've had 295, 25 points, and they have just looked unstoppable. That was a bit weird, but it still gained 6-7 yards. Like, it was not the best play, but it worked out. Man, Tank is a beast. Tank is a tank. That's 11 runs to 3 passes. That's a 14-play drive, man. This is an insane drive. A drive like this, you got to cap off with a TD, though. This has to be a TD. A field goal, this would feel so blah, but TD here. Get the touchdown. He stayed up, but he didn't get the first. I would like to see a play action. I think that play should have been a play action. I think they maybe went one too many times. Still two yards, so it's third and short. And you could easily say you can go for on fourth down here. You probably shouldn't realistically because 18 points is great, but an 18-point lead. But that second down felt like that you had a great opportunity at play action. But here we are. Where it's third. I still think you could pull a play action here and be successful because 3rd and 2 can be a rundown. This is going to be a timeout. I didn't like. We should have called timeout. That was a dead play. Go for it, QB sneak. You have a 6'6" QB. Man, Tank took it. That was a nasty looking hit. If they are not under center here and just going for a QB sneak, I am going to be pissed. This needs to be a QB sneak made out. Yeah, you can go off the right side. I think you have the first down with ease. Fuck. I'm not happy with that. He didn't get it. I didn't like that play call. That needs to be a QB sneak. Why are you not sneaking the ball there? Damn it. Huge, big. Damn it. Like, it's just. I mean, that was a 11-minute, 17 play, 84-yard drive that you don't get it on fourth down because you just call a bad play. I don't understand why you don't QB sneak that. I mean, that it was less than the yard. You have a 6'6" QB. I don't understand that. Even then, play action again. I think a play action. I think one of those. I think the problem was they went to the well one too many times, and there should have been a play action on one of those 3 downs. If you're gonna go for 4th down, which maybe they didn't necessarily think they were going to, but they got to a 4th and short. But one of those plays has got to be a play action, and I think you have a touchdown. But nonetheless. The positive is the Patriots start deep in their own territory, but damn it, missed tackle. Damn it, dude. Not. Maybe try to force something there. I don't think it was a good play, but. All right, D. Let's do something good here. Let's get a turnover. We've had so little of that this year. Let's fucking put a stamp on this game with a turnover from the defense. Sack fumble, touchdown. Close enough. It could happen. That's the. Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? How do you allow that? The one thing that you don't want to give up right now is a deep fucking pass play. And he loves Hunter Henry. I mean, it's a great catch. Credit where credit's due, but damn it. Fucking hell. Man. Yeah, get the fucking sack, man! You had him in your arms! Oh, you gotta get the pick, Cisco. You gotta get that pick. He's right there. That's false start, right? Yeah. Looked like we were sending the house there. Holy shit. If we didn't get home, we were screwed. That was a massive blitz we were sending. Because Cisco came up, Cisco was blitzing. I'm pretty sure at least one linebacker was blitzing. That looked like a 6-man blitz. Big play here, guys. Come on. It's 3rd and long. Nothing stupid. You fucking kidding me? 3rd and 15, you let that happen? 3rd and 15, and you allow that. You fucking terrible ass defense. $94-yard touchdown drive in under 3 fucking minutes, because of course that's going to happen. The Jags are a bad football team. Still a 2-score game, though, because the receiver slipped. Jesus, man. Unbelievable. You know, that's the one thing. I like to see. Talked about. You know, I had no problem with Jags going for on 4th and 1. But the one thing that hesitates me is it seems like with bad football teams, especially, that too often the very next play or the very next drive is a touchdown. No matter where you're at. That was a 94-yard touchdown drive. Defense has been playing lights out. You just had a 17-play offensive drive. Your defense isn't tired, but the same shit came up again. Not getting home on potential sacks. big plays at the worst possible time, blown coverages. That touchdown's a blown coverage. And you allow a long... Okay, if you're going to allow a long touchdown drive, make it eat up 5-6 minutes. Don't give them an opportunity to come back in the game. If that touchdown drive takes 3 or 4 more minutes, suddenly instead of 8 something left, we're at 4 something left. It's a 9-point game. It's a lot different game. Just, man, you can't let that happen. Yeah, no, nobody should give the Patriots shit for going for 2 there. To me, it's so much better to go for 2 there than at the end of the game if you need it. Because now, okay, you still need 2 scored. You know that with 8 minutes left instead of needing another score with 22 seconds left. That just makes sense to me. But to me, it's wiser. Honestly, I don't think it's. I think it's more. I think it's the best move. I don't think it's the aggressive move. I think it's the best move. All right, offense. We've been playing well all fucking game. Let's keep it going. And let's do this. .30 rush attempts. Wow. Yeah, I think they ran too much at the end of that last drive. I really like to see a play. I think a play action here with a deep shot. It's a good idea. It's risky. It's probably not the smartest, or it may not be the best play in the world. But oh, there's the inside toss, 5 yards. We'll take it. Weird saying inside toss. 21 for 101 at TD. Again, I don't necessarily mind this. You have to run the ball in these situations. You got to get first downs. About 2 to 3 first downs here basically salts the game away. You have to get those first downs. So, I'm wondering if this is a pass here, actually. Brian Thomas is a bit last days. This could still be a run. I talked about this. I think I talked about this last week in the Bears game. You can sometimes, I don't know if defenses see this, but I can see this. One way that when I look at a game and I'm like, you hear me say, "Oh, that's a run play." I'm not seeing anything. I'm not like this crazy football guru guy. I'm looking at the wide receivers, and I want to see. It's very subtle. I want to see. If, especially the outside receivers, if they're just having their hands down and they're kind of nonchalant, kind of very relaxed pose in that that's what you should have done last drive. But I'm okay with it now. That felt like Trevor just did it on his own. But sometimes you want to see. What I want to see is I watched that. One of the outside, typically outside receiver, but sometimes you can see it on a slot guy. If they're sitting there and they're in their thing and their arms are kind of just hanging and they're not like in that, it's just little things that I notice what some teams do or some wide receivers do, and sometimes gives it away whether it's a whether it's a run or a pass. Now, obviously, Jacksonville's probably going to be calling a lot of run plays. That scares me a little bit, though, because New England's... That's actually beneficial to New England because they're trying to rip the ball out at that point, but that's good. They like that inside... honestly, though, what I'll say about this inside toss play, and I gave it shit earlier, it's not something I've seen with this team, or seen much. Like, it's a weird play, but it's been working, so yeah, I'll take back that criticism. I don't necessarily like it, how much we're calling, but it really has worked, so I can't say a lot. You can run a play action here. I don't know if you should. It's an RPO, but another first down. That's what I'm talking about. I think not. So now we're on. By time this drive, okay, yes. Time we snap the ball, it's gonna be under 5 minutes basically. Again, it's a 2-score game, by the way. Still, you gotta keep that in mind. It's a 2-score game. So even if we don't necessarily score on this drive, every second counts here because it's a 2-score game. So look at Brian Thomas in the corner. His arms are kind of just That signifies that he's not. What's signifying to me is that he's not necessarily evolved in the play. So sometimes a wide receiver will just, it's very subtle, and they'll just be very nonchalant with for lack of a better term, the pose in that situation. And it's just little, and good teams probably notice that. So Patriots called their first timeout. It's probably a good use of a timeout there. Because again, you're down 2 scores, you really need as much time on the clock as possible. So, but yeah, so I'm done talking about that. I'm pretty sure I talked about it last week. It's just, in case you're wondering where, like, sometimes obviously right now it's pretty obvious the Jags probably aren't putting the ball in the air, and they probably shouldn't. But even still earlier in the game, it's still something I see earlier in the game, and it's just, things that I think that teams should be aware of when their wide receiver doing that, and try and instill in their wide receivers, have the same style of pose for, again, and there's another name probably that I'm blanking on. When you're lined up, line up the same way every time. Do not nonchalant your pose, because you will give away whether it's run or pass. And again, in the NFL, little things like that can determine the ball game, because I said it last week. Realistically, none of these teams, the difference between the best team and the worst team is not nearly as great as we consider it in our heads to be. It really isn't. All of these guys are top of the line players. Look, if Andy Reid was on the Patriots or Andy Reid was on the Jaguars, the Jags would probably be a top 10 team. But sometimes coaching does matter. And again, there is talent discrepancies. I'm not saying there is. I'm not saying the Chiefs or the Lions, probably the 2 best teams in the NFL right now, currently. I know the Minnesota Vikings are undefeated too, and they should be in that conversation, and they are that much vastly different than the Jaguars and Patriots who's playing right now. Like, there is a difference, obviously, talent-wise too. I'm not saying that. Obviously, the biggest difference with the Chiefs is they have Patrick Mahomes. But the crazy thing about the Mahomes is he hasn't played great this year. He hasn't. But nonetheless, 4:50 left to go in this game. One more first down is... I want to see one more. I want to see one more first down. Hi, buddy. You wake up from your nap? And we won't play with that. We'll play with your other one. We'll grab the other one. I don't know where you found all those, but you did. Ready? Go. My cat wants to play, so we're going to play. I'm going to be doing some fetch with my cat. Yes, I said that. A fetch with my cat. I don't want to see a pass attempt here. I don't think it is. Ooh, not a great snap. Snap kind of ruined that. A little surprised the Patriots aren't taking the timeout here. I disagree with their. I think they're trying to save at least one timeout for an offense possession, but now you're pretty much guaranteeing you're not going to get the ball till under 4 minutes left. Again, in a 2-score ball game. Let me see here. This is probably a pass. I think this might be a legit pass. Yeah. No, you can't take the sack, man. You have to take the sack there. You can't throw that ball away. You gave them a free timeout. Damn it. Little things like that. There, Trevor's got to take a sack. If you can't get a completion, take the sack. Go down. Force the timeout usage. I'm okay with the play call. I'm not okay with the execution. Just take the sack. A sack there is perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with a sack there. Just cover the ball, go down, make them use a timeout. Or lose a bunch of time if they choose not to. It's good. Solid punt. Not great, but inside the 15, so they got to go a long way. Damn it, man. Matt Trevor, dude. That needed. Yeah, he should have just went down. Take the sack. That's football IQ. That's something that sometimes I don't like from Trevor is that that awareness factor is sometimes isn't always there. Again, you take a sack there, you force a timeout, or you force them to lose 40 seconds. Take your pick. It's not either one's not good for the Patriots. Them getting the ball with the same time and one timeout is a hell of a lot different than 2 timeouts because now they effectively have 3 timeouts. And they're going to do everything and here's the thing, they're going to do everything they can to score here without using a timeout. And I'm not sure you saw the last defensive possession. It didn't go smoothly. Now, some of you, maybe the thought process you want to say is they should have just ran the ball, and I'm not disagreeing with that. Like, that's a very fair criticism. Again, I'm not mad that they threw the ball. I'm mad that they end up in an incompletion. You either have to make sure it's a catch, run your best pass play, or you take a sack. That's why I tell Trevor. I tell Trevor that when I'm talking to him. Like, hey, we're going to run this play, but if it's not there, just go down. Do not throw the ball away. Just go down. Take a sack. Again, forcing them to use a timeout is better in that situation. There's times where sacks is not the worst thing in the world, guys. Or even a net positive, which in my opinion would have been the case there. Again, because of the position on the field, I don't think that changes things for the punt either. It doesn't change anything for the punt. And maybe even gets the punter slightly more room to use more power so he doesn't have to try and, it's like golf. If you're like an amateur typically likes a full swing versus a 3/4 swing. A full swing is easier to control than a 3/4 swing. Unless you're like an all-time pro. Again, that's kind of the same thing I could say. You could say, well, a pro punter should be able to not have too much trouble with that, and I agree, but why make it more difficult, right? Nonetheless, it's okay. It's still a 9-point game. 4 minutes to go. We just need solid defense. Again, I'm expecting some first downs. I'm maybe potentially expecting a score here, but I want to see a timeout used. That is not what I want to see. Make them work for first downs. Do not give up 12, 15, 20-yard chunks. Because again, as I said, they're going to do everything they can not to use a timeout in this drive. Really, really want to see a sack. This I'm okay with. Give up this underneath stuff. Yeah, it's 7 yards, but you know what? Now you're going to be forced to waste timeouts. That's smart. That's okay. I'm okay with that every single play. Even if it ends up at a touchdown, it's going to be 20 seconds left. That's a dumb decision by me. That's a bad decision by me. Even if he gets the first down by a couple of yards, again, you're wasting time. Muddy. God damn it. Okay, that's a hold, so. That's a great play by Lloyd, by the way. We're going to get a hold there, but you back them up. Even though it becomes fourth down, you back them up here because, again, waste time. And this is the right call to send them back, assuming they send them back. Yeah. Plus, you know they're going for it. So it's effectively like if it happened on second down. So you know they're going for it. Push them back, 3rd and 12. Now they gotta get 12 yards. Again, they might. I would not be surprised to see a first down. But again, make them work for it. Make them get it on 4th down. Damn it! Gotta get to that sack though, man. Ooh, Devin Lloyd almost had a pick. I didn't see. I thought he just tipped it. I didn't see he almost had the pick. Another near pick though. I feel like that's 3. That's a great Trayvon Walker with a huge sack. That is monstrous. Yeah, Trayvon. Patriots are way too nonchalant on this drive, by the way. Good job, Trayvon. 4th and super long, 26. Now you play at the sticks, but probably some teams play too close to the sticks. I think you got to play a couple yards in front. This is terrible time management, by the way. I know, 4th and the mile, but there is zero reason the Patriots should be allowing the 2-minute warning there. That is just awful time management. Even if you don't think you're going to win the game at this point, you have to try and work on the game, get yourself some reps at least, because now you're introducing bad habits. Now you're introducing nonchalance in a 4-minute drill. There is zero reason that's a 2-minute warning. Because there was over 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock for the Patriots when he took that sack. You take a timeout if you have to, which is not great either. But if you're refusing to take timeout, you have to get to the ball. You have to at least get a playoff. That is poor coaching. And that's what bad teams do. And that's the biggest difference between a great team, a good team, and a bad team, is oftentimes just time management. And if you're a fan of a bad team, especially a perpetually bad one, consistently bad one, you understand how poor clock management. I mean, hell, the Jaguars had poor clock management on the previous drive. But this drive has already taken up 2 minutes off the clock for the Patriots. So you know what? It works, and they lost a 2-minute warning, so they effectively lost one of their 2 timeouts. And again, it is not a 1-possession game; it is a 2-possession game. Good timeout. Don't mind the Jags time out there. All right, here we go. 4th and 26. Oh, we ran a stunt. I like it. I like it. Trayvon, get there. I mean, Drake May basically threw a Hail Mary there. But Trayvon blew that play up, man. That's the type of stuff I saw start last year. And a couple games, he hasn't been consistent enough, but he took over that drive, the last 2 plays. I mean, he just said, nope, I'm not going to allow you to have the time. We're going to run a stunt. The stunt was a great stunt, by the way. So, but that is, for all intents and purposes, game, folks. And this is only the third time in Jaguars history, and the second time in their overall history that they have beaten the New England Patriots. That's a weird stat, but that is very true. I mean, obviously a lot of those was Tom Brady. That's a little bit different, but this is a team that's played the Patriots 3 different times 4 different times in the playoffs, by the way, and have lost 3 of the 4. They did beat the Patriots once under the Pete Carroll era. At home in the 96? 97. No, 98. It was 98 that we did that. That was our first division title. Man, I'd love to see Tank get in again, but I don't think it's going to happen. Good boy, Onyx. Oh my god, you are so excited for play. Man, the schedule's so hard, dude. But we can worry about that later. I'm okay with a touchdown. There's probably people like, you shouldn't score the touchdown there. That's so stupid. If you're in a 2-possession game, score the fucking touchdown. If your defense can't stop a 2-possession game from happening, that's on you. Remember? You don't, but there is an argument to go for 2 there, depending on what point in the 4th quarter you're in, because 17 makes it a 3-possession game. Again, you probably don't. 16's fine, but And this isn't me being like, oh, they should have went for 2. It's just like there is an argument there that 2 point is not a bad option. But again, going for 1's perfectly fine. Damn, Tank. 4.5 is not a great average, but if you watch the game, you understand what he meant to this team. If you heard that, I apologize. That was a fart. You want this? You know what's funny? I can tell when my cat's starting to get a little tired with this because he'll bring the toy to me, and then he will go very far away from me to conserve energy. So then I'll throw it into a different area and make him still run. But I have to stop him, or he will do this for hours if I'd let him. Like he is insane with this. And no, I'm not gonna show. It's a bracelet. I know. It's like a wristband. I know they shouldn't be playing with wristbands. I know. You don't tell me. I know. Gonna finish this game out, and then we'll call it. Might as well finish it out. See if we can get another sack. Let's get one more sack. We need Josh Hines Allen to get a sack in this game. The sack earlier, I think, puts Trayvon at 6, which is sounds great until you realize he's only done 3. He's only gotten a sack in 3 different games. Nearly got sacked there, but again, time's a wasting. It's a 2-score, 2 touchdown, 2-point conversion game. This game is everything but over. Oops. Well, something weird happened on the defensive line. Would still like to see a tackle there, but still don't like to see missed tackles. Again, I haven't. Antonio Johnson's out there now. I bet he's the one that missed that tackle, actually. Do. 22 seconds. 20 seconds. Oh, shit. Well, sorry, Onyx. That was my fault. That's a 10-second runoff, too. Oh, you got it. Good boy. That's a 10-second runoff there. That's a 10-second runoff because the clock was running. Thank you. And that is the game. The Jags beat the New England Patriots 32-16, confirming that the New England Patriots are the worst team in the league with the Cleveland Browns. And the Jags are like number 30. But nonetheless, it was a really good game. I'll save my final thoughts for my reaction video, which will come in about an hour or 2, probably. I'm going to take a little bit of time, decompress a little bit, maybe watch a little bit more football, do a little cleaning, and then I'll have a reaction video up for you, maybe around halftime of the 1 o'clock games. I don't know. We'll see. It's coming sometime today, but if you watch this, then you already know my reaction. Now, you really don't have to watch it, but you should anyway. Like, comment, and subscribe. But I've been Zunker. That was Onyx. Jet's over here sleeping on the cat tree. Until next time, everybody. For only the 2nd time this season, I can say, Jags win, baby. Later.